Welcome to Vintage Variety. I showed you guys a haul last week that I'd gotten at a small antique store, and I was lucky enough to score quite a few good pieces, including a beautiful sterling ring with a setting in it. When I first picked this ring up, I didn't think a lot about it, but once I got home, I started looking at the ring guard on it. And I could tell right off that this wasn't your run-of-the-mill ring guard that you can buy and put on a ring, but this ring guard had been put on professionally by a jeweler. So that got me to thinking to check the ring for any marks. I checked it, and sure enough, this ring was marked sterling. As promised, last week I did tell you guys I was going to talk about how to test stones, and I'm also going to talk about how certain stones will fluoresce under a UV light. And I'm going to show you some different examples just to give you a good idea. There are a lot of different types of stones that will fluoresce, and one is, of course, diamonds. Now, there is a big argument. If you go to certain jewelers, they'll tell you it's bad for a diamond to fluoresce, but do your own research on that, because really it does not take away from the diamond, and it's probably not going to show up well on camera. But a lot of diamonds will fluoresce different colors, but the most common color for a diamond to fluoresce is the color blue. So I'm going to put the UV light on this, and I'm going to give you guys a look at it. I'm not sure if this is showing up the way I see it, because looking through the screen, it looks kind of purplish, but this is actually fluorescing a blue color. Again, I want to stress that some jewelers will tell you that fluorescence indicates poor quality or structure of the diamond, and that simply is not true. It can, however, affect the appearance. For example, a strong blue fluoresce can make a diamond appear whiter than its actual grade color, and some diamonds that fluoresce very blue can appear milky rather than clear. But if you have your diamond graded through a GIA expert, they will note any intensity of the fluorescence, but the main focus will be on the cut and the color of the gemstone. So it just depends a lot on the color grade. And when it comes to fluorescence with diamonds, it's also a matter of preference. So keep that in mind when you go to take, let's say you take your diamond in. Just be cautious, because if you're selling a diamond, a lot of times a jeweler will say, oh, it fluoresces really bright, so it's not worth as much money, and that is not always the truth. The last thing that I wanted to add is that GIA, they do use the 4 C's when assessing diamonds for quality. And if you aren't familiar with the 4 C's, those are color, clarity, carat, and cut. Again, they will notate the fluorescence of the diamond, but they do not consider that when grading a diamond and its value. Something very important to keep in mind. Another thing that you should keep in mind is just because it fluoresces, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a diamond. We are going to look at that other ring, and we're going to see what it does under the UV light. But first, let's have a look at a few other items that fluoresce. Now, this does not fluoresce. The light is causing it to have a purple tint when I look on my camera, but these are garnets. Garnets usually don't fluoresce, but rubies will. And I learned that through Dana Stewart Coates over at Killer Queen Antiques. She has shown, I believe, some rubies under a UV light before. Other items that will fluoresce are opals and opaline glass, which is kind of like a glass that's made to imitate opals. Also, keep in mind that amber will fluoresce, and you can see this amber necklace. This actually came from Dana, and I haven't gotten around to repairing it yet. She sent this to me in a craft lot, but you can kind of see how the pieces in this necklace have that kind of deep green fluorescence to them. So that's a very good indication that this is real amber. So these little UV flashlights, they really come in handy, and they're not very expensive. It's a good thing to have on hand. There are so many different types of stones and materials that will fluoresce, it's always good to hit it with the UV light and give it a check just to see. Now, let's have a look at that ring, and let's see if it fluoresces. I'm going to try to get it situated under the camera so you guys can see, because I did check it before I started recording. It's not showing up. Let me maneuver around and see if I can get a really good view of it so you guys can see what color it fluoresces. Okay, so I think I've got it here. And you can see that this is a purple color, more of a lavender color. So I know that this is not a diamond because I don't think diamonds fluoresce that color, although I'm not an expert and I could be wrong. But a stone that will fluoresce this color, that is often used in the place of diamonds because it's much less expensive, is moissanite. And most of the moissanite that you will run across in rings that are used to imitate diamonds are lab grown. If I had to hazard a guess here, I'm thinking that these are just glass and that the purple glow that you see is just a simple reflection coming off of the UV light. I am going to get the diamond tester out. I'm going to show you guys how to use it, and we'll test it that way. It's always good to do a couple of different tests on these items. If this doesn't come up as a diamond, my next move would be to take this to a jeweler and see what they say about it, because they're going to have much better equipment than I do to test this. This is the Diamond Selector II. These are relatively inexpensive. You can also get these off of Amazon. You can also buy what's called a Presidium gem tester, and it'll test all types of gems, but they are very expensive and that doesn't fit into my budget. This is only for testing diamonds. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and cut this on, let it warm up, and the bottom light will light up. On the back there is a chart, and it's going to give you the number that you're going to need to use on the front of this for testing your stone. The larger the diamond, the lower the number, and the smaller the diamond, the higher the number. So I'm going to test my wedding band first, and as I mentioned, it has very tiny stones in it. So I'm going to look at the back again, and I'm thinking maybe to set this on maybe a 6, between a 5 and a 6 for these tiny stones in my ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to get it set, and then we're going to test the stones in my ring. Another thing that I wanted to mention is this piece on the side. You need to make sure that your skin is touching that piece when you go to test your diamond. So let's get this cut on. I believe maybe a 6 because my diamonds are very small. Double check the chart on the back because I can never remember. And yeah, I think a 6 is going to be just right for this. Make sure the light is lit up, letting you know that it is ready to test. And of course, make sure your skin's touching that metal piece on the bottom. And one thing I will tell you guys is if you are testing your diamond and you hit on the metal, this is going to make a really obnoxious noise. So I'm going to try not to do that. So you can see that this is lighting up red. So when it goes across and it goes into the red, that is telling you that this is an actual real diamond. I'll do it again so you guys can see. Very steady because these are really small, and there we go. So these are testing as being real diamonds. So just a really handy little machine to have. Now we are going to test this other ring, and we're going to see what happens. Of course, these stones in this other ring, they're a lot larger. So we're going to look at the back again, and I am going to lower this. Let's try it on maybe a 3 or a 4. And give it a go. See if anything happens. steady, I want to make sure that I'm hitting the stone. So nothing's happening. So that kind of tells me that this is not a diamond, but we'll give it one more try. Wishful thinking on my part. And no, nothing. So that tells me that the stones in this ring, they aren't diamonds. They could possibly even be some type of glass. Maybe there's a coating on the back that's causing it to fluoresce under the UV light. Regardless, if I want to know more about this, I'll have to take it into a jeweler just to find out if the stones are real and see if they can give me an idea of the value on it. Let's say I was going to list this ring for sale on eBay. It would be really important to do that first and foremost so that I wouldn't be misrepresenting the item, and I could list exactly what type of stone was in the ring, if it was a real stone or if it was glass. Also, when you list something like this, you don't want to list it so low that you're losing money and not getting as much value out of it as you can, but you also don't want to list it so high that no one's going to buy it. So a lot of you already knew that many different types of stones will fluoresce. Many of you have the diamond tester and know how to use it. But this video was for those of you that don't know. And I hope that this content will help you out and that it's informative. If you enjoyed today's content, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. Ring the bell for notifications, and you'll be notified anytime I upload new content. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to share this content with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.